A few years ago, I was 393 pounds and I had just lost my mom to cancer. And I knew that if something didn't change, I wasn't going to be around for my kids in the way that they need me to be. Last week, I got on my bike and rode for the exact same reason. Because cancer doesn't care who it takes. And a 17-year-old kid named Deren is doing something about it. So this event is called the C.U.R.E. That is an acronym for Chains United Relay event. And it is run by Chains United, which is a 501c3 nonprofit started by Deren Miller and his family. Deren is 17. Let that sink in. Most kids his age are worried about summer plans. This kid researched cancer prevention charities, mapped out 61 segments across 11 states, and decided he was going to bike from Miami, Florida to New York City to raise money. And the funds go to 3 organizations: the American Institute for Cancer Research, the Silent Spring Institute, and the Georgetown Lombardi Comprehensive Cancer Center, all of which are focused on the prevention research for cancer. Last week on July 1st, I clipped in to join Deren Miller on his 1,700-mile journey from Miami to New York City to help raise funds for cancer prevention and research. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm not talking about a ride that I did per se. I did go on a ride with this 17-year-old that's making a 1,700-mile journey from Miami, Florida to New York City. Was it hot? Absolutely. Was I sweating? Absolutely. But here's what stuck with me. You look around the group and you realize every single person on that ride had been touched by cancer. Some lost parents, some lost siblings, some were survivors themselves, and we're all just pedaling. Moving forward, because that's really the only option, right?
Yeah, Deren's used to the tough roads and everything. Northern Jersey.
Our area isn't the best.
For me, this ride was a big deal. I lost my mom to cancer, and she was only 71. That loss is what started this whole journey from 393 pounds down to 235 pounds. When I was staring at a future I didn't want. And right now, my dad is battling cancer too. So when I heard what Deren was doing, I knew I had to get involved. Here is a high school student on a bike in a city, in a state that he hadn't been to before, riding 1,700 miles for cancer research, for cancer prevention. I had to be a part of this. I joined this segment on July 1st with Deren and his dad and a few other riders with us. It started at Fee Avenue Park in Melbourne, Florida, and went up to Cocoa Riverfront Park in Cocoa, Florida. And I had the pleasure of riding alongside Deren and his father, Greg, who has been there with him pedaling all the way through. Now here's the thing. Deren is not some elite athlete. He's a high school junior who believes that what we eat and what we're exposed to matters. And how we live our life, frankly, matters. He's passionate about pure ingredients and about safety of what goes into our foods. And he decided that the best way to get people to pay attention was to get on a bike and ride farther than most people ride in a month. I want to take a moment to spotlight Deren and his father, Greg. As I said, Greg's been out there pedaling alongside Deren for this journey, every pedal of the way, supporting his son and supporting this mission day after day. That is a father showing up. And Deren, I don't remember what I was doing at 17 years old, but I certainly wasn't arranging a multi-day fundraising event for cancer research. This kid has got something special. So here's what I'm asking: 2 things. First of all, if Chains United is coming through your area, sign up for a segment Ride With Them. The website is chainsunited.org, and I'll leave it down in the description. Second, if you don't want to ride or can't ride, but you want to support what they're doing, please think about donating. Every dollar goes directly to cancer prevention and cancer research. You've heard me say it before. I'm not a racer. I'm certainly not a pro cyclist. I'm a guy that decided that I wanted to change my life for the better, and I picked up cycling as my addiction, as my full-time hobby. I found a new purpose in my life, and I found something bigger than me, which is saying a lot because I was pretty big. Deren and Greg and the Miller family, thank you so much for what you're doing. And for everybody watching, if this hits home for you, please share. The more people who know about this event and this relay, the better it's going to do, and the more we're going to be able to raise for cancer research and prevention. Subscribe and ride with me, and I'll see you on the next one.